Bonjour à tous. Today our chapter is the role of indirect objects in French and how to write the indirect object pronoun. Now let us start. When I am saying indirect objects, what are indirect objects? Let us try to understand it with the help of an example. For example, you are showing photos to Swati. Now you are showing photos to Swati. Now look at this. This is subject and it is the formation of verb. Now photos, you are showing what? So this is direct object, right? And you are showing this object to whom? So when the object answer to whom or for whom, then this object is the indirect object. This object is indirect object. Now when you are writing the same sentence in French, you must not forget that indirect object will always take the preposition a. So you are showing photos to Swati. So you can write tu montre. Why montre? Because montre. Look at this verb. Sorry. M-O-N-T-R-E-R, montre. Montre का मतलब होता है to show. Now, tu montres les photos à Swati. Right? Tu montres les photos à Swati. Understand? So I am using this for to. So this to is always used for the indirect object. Now if I write the same sentence, you are showing photos to the neighbors, let us say neighbors. I'm taking plural. So here instead of tu, I will take vous. Vous montrez les photos aux voisins. Tu montres les photos. Vous montrez les photos aux voisins. So again I am using for this O, right? For this O, I am using this O for to the. Understand? For example, she gives the newspaper to the teacher. Please bear with my handwriting, it would gradually improve over the period of time. Elle donne, let me rub this. how to write this? L Dawn. Now the newspaper, how would you write the newspaper? Le Journal. O Professor. El Dawn, Le Journal, O Professor. Right? So you understand that this O Professor, this professor is the indirect object. So what I mean to say, that indirect object will always take the preposition a. Indirect object will always take the preposition a. Now, these are few of the examples of the indirect objects, but let us find out how we use the indirect object while writing their pronouns. Instead of indirect object nouns, what if we write indirect object pronoun? तो जैसे डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन होते थे वैसे इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन भी होते हैं. नाउ इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन वो प्रोनाउंस होते हैं जो आंसर देते हैं टू whom और फॉर whom. सो दीज आर द ट्रिगर वर्ड्स. डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन आपके आंसर देते हैं व्हाट का, और इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन आपका आंसर देते हैं टू whom, right, or for whom. The important thing to remember in indirect object pronoun is that indirect object pronoun most of the time are used for pets and even for human beings, that we will understand when we will focus on the examples. Now, what are the indirect object pronoun? Indirect object pronouns. Now, indirect object pronoun, I will write here singular and here plural. So, singular, the first one is म. म या फिर एम अपोस्ट्रॉफ अगर कोई वॉवल से शुरू होता है, इसका मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? टू या फिर फॉर मी. द नेक्स्ट इज द और द अपोस्ट्रॉफ यू, सॉरी, टू और फॉर यू. Then we have this Louis. How to spell it? Louis. Louis का मतलब होता है to or for him or her. Okay. Then the plural of this ma is nu. So you will write to or for us, woo, to or for you, and this is lair. So to or for them. So you understand, these are the indirect object pronoun. It is only just for the first time you need to learn. So you should not get confused with the direct object pronouns and the indirect object pronoun, because you have noticed that instead in direct object pronoun we use le and la for him and her, but here we are using lui. This ma the would remain same. So ma the lui. In the same way, nu and woo. Nu, woo, for us, for you, to us and to you. So this nu and woo will remain same the way it was in direct object pronoun, and in the plural third person it is lair, to or for him. So you understand. Now let us write few of the examples to understand it better. So you say Manisha sends me two emails. Okay, now look at this word Manisha send. अब इसको जब समझना है कि हमें डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट यूज करना है कि इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट, सो लेट अस try to understand the sentence in English. This is your subject. Sends. This is your verb. Now there are two objects. The first is me and the second is to email. ये दोनों के दोनों आपके क्या है? Objects. Okay, now let us find out which object is direct and which is indirect. Now Manisha sends what? Manisha sends what? तो what का आपका आंसर है ईमेल. सो what जब भी होता है ये आपका होता है डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. एंड टू whom, तो इसका आंसर है मी. ये मी आपका हो गया इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. सो व्हेन यू आर सेइंग मनीषा सेंड्स मी टू ईमेल, हाउ विल यू राइट दिस सेंटेंस? जो हमारा रूल होता है वो होता है सब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन, और ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन जो होता है वो हमेशा वर्ब से पहले आता है. सो आई वुड राइट मनीषा टू सेंड को बोलते हैं envoyer to send. So Manisha sends me. So I will write object pronoun for this me. So how will I write object pronoun for this me? Ma, envoie. So you will say Manisha m'envoie. Manisha m'envoie the mail. Manisha m'envoie the mail. So understand that how this object pronoun is used. So indirect object pronoun is always answering the question to whom or to what. So whenever you are framing the sentence, make a clear distinction between the object pronoun direct and the object pronoun indirect. We continue with few more example. I am offering you a week of holidays. Okay, I am offering. So I am offering. Look at this word. I is the subject. This is verb. What you are offering? A week holiday. So this is direct object. And to whom it is? You. So this is indirect object. Okay. So I will write the verb is offrir. Offrir. Offrir, to offer. So I will write the sentence. Je t'offre. Why t'offre? Because subject pronoun plus subject pronoun plus object pronoun plus verb. So this subject pronoun is je, the object pronoun is the. Because it starts with a vowel, so it loses its sound a. So je tu fru, je tu fru. Yuin Siman. Why Yuin? Because Siman, week is feminine. Siman the vacances holiday. So you understand how I am using the indirect object pronoun. Now the important thing to understand, indirect object pronoun do not show the gender of the person. So here I am writing you, so it is not showing any gender of the person. Now let us do few of the examples in third person so that we can understand that the gender of the person, the way it is known in English, is not known in French, just like Hindi. For example, she is preparing. She is preparing 2 cakes. 2 cakes. I should add delicious. So you will learn one more word, delicious. Cakes for him. Now look at this. She is preparing. So you will write elle prépare, because prépare is to prepare. Prepare. I am leaving this blank space so that I would add the indirect object. 2 delicious cake. The gâteau, क्योंकि plural है gâteau. Now look at this words, a beautiful word, and délicieux, délicieux, délicieux. Elle prépare the gâteau délicieux. इसका मतलब तो हो गया कि she is preparing 2 delicious cake, but she is preparing 2 delicious cake for whom? So here you will write this for him. For him. So how would you write? Elle lui. Elle lui prépare. Now this lui का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या है? Lui का मतलब to him and to her. So when you say for him, here in English, you know what is the gender of the object. Gender of object. But here, when you are using lui, the gender of the object is unknown. For example, your parents Manu is willing to answer them. Now, how to write your parents? Look at this. I'm using one exclamation mark here. Exclamation mark. So your parent, you can say tes parents, and you can leave the exclamation mark tes parents or the question mark tes parents. Manu. Then were. What is this were? This were is this verb vouloir. Vouloir का मतलब होता है to want और to will. कोई चीज हम चाहते हैं, that is verb. So the conjugation is je veux, tu veux, il veut, elle veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, il veut, elle veut. So let us complete this sentence. Manu veut bien to answer them. Now Manu is willing to answer them. So Manu is willing for what? To answer. And to whom? To them. So this them is the indirect object pronoun. So what we are using for them? Here we are using for them l'air. l'air और आंसर को हम बोलते हैं répondre. Répondre. So you understand? Tes parents, Manu veut bien les répondre. Tes parents, Manu veut bien les répondre. Now, in the same way, how to write the negatives? Negative sentences for indirect object pronouns. Indirect object pronouns. How to write the negative sentences? So what is the rule of negative sentences? As I said, explained in the last chapter in the direct object pronoun, that the negative sentence they always take this na and pa, and between na and pa you put your verb. Now after na you will put the indirect object pronoun after na. So let us do it using an example. She doesn't phone him. She doesn't do what? To phone. To whom? To him. Right. Now how to write this sentence? Elle, no, doesn't, no. Then indirect object pronoun. Elle ne lui phone. Téléphone. Téléphone. Pas. Elle ne lui téléphone pas. Elle ne lui téléphone pas. So this is one of the wonderful sentences that it's so easy to make. In the sentence, when you look in English, see this sentence, look at this sentence. इस वाले sentence को आप देखिए. She does not phone him. What is the right way to, right way? सही तरीका कौन सा होता? What is the right way to speak this sentence in English? The right way to speak this sentence in English is she doesn't phone to him. To him. So it is correct. But when you're in English, most of the time we omit the articles, most of the time we omit the prepositions. So it sounds little more colloquial, little more sentence to speak in our day-to-day language. But the French people, they're not doing so. They won't remove the verbs, words, and they won't remove the articles. That's why the articles le, la, le are very important in French language, and even the role of prepositions. So for example, we say my book, or but in French they would say the book of mine. They would use the article the book of mine. So they won't say my book. So English is comparatively a very utilitarian and easy language. French, though, is not tough, but you need to understand that omitting or just skipping the articles and the prepositions would make your French absolutely wrong. That's why the direct object pronoun and the indirect object pronoun, along with the role of the article, is very important to learn in French. Let us take one more example in the negative. She is not going to write him. Now, when you look at this sentence, see, she is not going to. Now, she is not going to. इसको तो आप बड़े आराम से कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे नेगेटिव, शी इज नॉट गोइंग, शी इज नॉट गोइंग, ये अपने आप के अंदर एक पूरा क्लॉज है. तो शी इज नॉट गोइंग, एल न वा, सॉरी एल न वा पा, शी इज नॉट गोइंग. नाउ टू राइट हिम, टू write to whom? To him. So this would come in the beginning. Elle ne va pas lui, and to write is écrire. Understand? So it is there is no difference the way we use the direct object pronoun and the way we use the indirect object pronoun while writing the negative sentences. If you want more negative sentences to write, you can frame more negative sentences. They are very simple, and while framing the negative sentences, please do remember, when your direct or indirect object pronoun is included in the same clause, then always remember that this indirect object pronoun will always precede na, but it should not come. You should not use na and pa together. But when the sentence is formed out of two incomplete clauses, then elle ne va pas. So this is the one clause that is negative, to write him. So when the main clause and the subordinate clause are making a sensible logical meaning, then the subordinate clause would always take the indirect object pronoun. That's why I am writing elle ne va pas lui écrire. There are certain verbs that are frequently used along with when you are writing the indirect object pronoun, and you know all these verbs, but still, for revision, I am writing them. It is, the first is ashate. And what is ashate? Ashate is to buy. Apporte. Apporte is to bring. Then prete. 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 Prete means to lend. To lend, L-E-N-D. Then you can say montrer. We use this example, montrer. Montrer का मतलब होता है to show, explique. Explique का मतलब होता है to explain. Then we have indiquer. Indiquer का मतलब होता है to indicate or to point out. Then look at this word envoyer. Envoyer हमने यूज किया है to send. You can also take this verb apprendre, to learn. Then demander, to ask. And écrire, to write, dire, to say, or to tell. Then you can also write it is poser, 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 poser का मतलब भी होता है जैसे poser you in question, तो to ask a question, to ask, poser, to ask. Then we use this verb offrir, to offer. Then donner. There are many verbs, but for the level A1 and A2, these are the verbs that are very important to understand, because these are the verbs that are frequently used when you write your sentence in using indirect object pronoun. So what are those verbs that we use? So I once again make a fine revision for pronunciation. How to spell these words? Ashate, 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 ashate. For example, Elle m'achète une chemise. She buys a shirt for me. Apporter, apporter, to carry, to bring. Prêter, to lend. Montrer, to show. Expliquer, to explain. Indiquer, to point out. Then we have this envoyer, seventh envoyer, to send. Apprendre, to learn. Demander, to ask. Écrire, to write. Dire, to say, to tell. And it's very important, 12, poser, offrir, to offer, and donner, to give. So these are the 14 verbs that are very important to write the indirect object pronoun. So let us once again revise whatever we learned in indirect object pronoun. So you understand, the first thing to understand in indirect object pronoun is that indirect object pronoun will always answer to whom and to for whom. So when we are saying whom, then the picture of the objects, instead of the picture of the objects, the picture of the people, the picture of pets come to your mind. The very next most important thing and the most important part of this chapter is to know how to write the indirect object pronouns. The indirect object pronouns are ma, te, lui. Ma का मतलब होता है to me and for me. Ta का मतलब होता है to you or for you. और lui का मतलब होता है to him or for him, to her and for her. In the same way in plural, nu. तो देखो nu के मतलब हमारे पास कितने सारे होते हैं. हमारे पास nu का मतलब us भी होता है, nu का मतलब to us भी होता है, nu का मतलब for us भी होता है. So nu is practically common whenever we are using the indirect form of object pronoun. तो हम we use करते हैं, we, we, तभी हम nu यूज करते हैं, और जब हम us यूज करते हैं तभी हम nu यूज करते हैं. जब हम I यूज करते हैं तो हम j यूज करते हैं, लेकिन जब हम me यूज करते हैं तो हमारे पास बहुत सारे वर्ड्स होते हैं. हमारे पास moi भी होता है और हम ma भी यूज करते हैं. him और her के लिए हमने ल और ला यूज किया था डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए, बिकॉज उसमें एक्चुअल में ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं, और यहाँ पे हम लुई यूज कर रहे हैं टू हिम एंड टू हर दोनों के लिए। इन द सेम वे थर्ड पर्सन प्लूरल में आप लोग देखिए कि हम ले यूज कर रहे हैं, ले, टू और फॉर देम। अंडरस्टैंड? सो मा, ट, लुई, नु, वु, ले, एंड देन the rest of the examples. So it's very easy chapter, provided you started framing the short sentences into French language. Les petites phrases en français. Au revoir. Thank you. Merci.